was so deep, I kind of couldn't talk.
You bet. Our own age seems primarily to need a rejuvenation of supernatural forces, to be affected by driving roots deeply into the nutritious energies of the earth. Because it is not sufficiently moved by a truly human compassion, because it is not exalted by a sufficiently passionate admiration of the universe, our religion is becoming enfeebled.
It says a lot. And there's a lot about what might rejuvenate our religion and ourselves. But why did you pick that reading? Can you tell us what it says to you?
I picked that reading because Thurman has a lot to say about that as well as a lot of people. What's happening in the religion is falling off across the board. No one's coming around. And I think that having lost that sense of compassion, sense of community, everybody's on their cell phone or on their, people are more and more isolated, as that book called Bowling Alone points out. People have lived their own little lives. And we've lost the sense of coming together. It really speaks to that and that compassion. That's why I chose it.
I like that very much. And the reading seems to imply that getting back to our roots in the earth and realizing that it's earth and God's universe may be perhaps that oneness we were talking about here. This might be what brings us back.
I think so.
I also really like the book. How
Lo the poor Indian, whose untutored mind sees God in clouds, or hears it in the wind.
We all wish we were that untutored.
Yeah, to be that untutored.
To be that untutored. Maybe that is the oneness that I think Native peoples in their closeness to the earth, see that maybe we lose our cell phone technology. I know you were, the original title was going to be regarding compassion, human compassion. I want to just say a word about how that feeds into how we might rejuvenate that and bring that back, both in our lives together and our lives as related to God.
Well, three things come to mind. I didn't imagine they just pop in there. Well, maybe they did. I was thinking about in our group breakout, Marcia Lenihan, some of you know, there's a lot of work, a lot of around suicide. And her own life started out in a mental institution, and suicide being one of the issues. But she had this early message, frequently read about them, these blinding flashes of insight. And she sort of had that moment after she finished her first undergraduate work. The word totally escapes me, but kind of moment, ecstatic. And then swore she was able to recover, and able to recover from the treatment she had in the institution on the East Coast, that her sole life at that moment would be for helping other people through that into their own health. And she's now retired at the University of Washington. She finally was her last big job. I read her memoir about a year ago. So it's that kind of sense of compassion that leads to that kind of healing. And that was an individual thing, but she has, it's a whole community that leads toward that. And as we're moving forward out of some of the isolated ecstatic moments into understanding that I think of more of a postmodern view of liberation theology is that it's not me alone catching the oneness with the universe of this moment, of the sunset, of the flower blooming, or whatever it is. And I've had a lot of those, feeling very connected. But it's knowing that it's not me in isolation, it's me with community. And that's how we're going to get through this. And that's more of a mysticism, if you will, of liberation theology, that we're not going to do this on it.
Thank you.
I think there's a third one, I forgot it.
Thank you very much for being with us today, Wes, and telling us the gospel according to Wes Andersen.